Hey everybody, Acre of Love Homestead here. My name is Kimberly and welcome back, guys. I'm gonna do like a small little garden tour that we're growing out here. Next year I have big plans. I am gonna turn this whole area out here into nothing but raised garden beds. I started ordering mine. I'm getting mine on Amazon. I really like them. They're 8 foot by 3 foot by 2 foot, so they're gonna be perfect for my 1 acre. But I would just want to give you all a little tour about my garden and kind of what we've got planted and what's going on. Over here, I have my cilantro. We have cilantro down over here, and it hasn't really grown that much with all the rain that we've had. It hasn't really grown that much. So that's my cilantro right there. We're going to come over here, and we have jalapenos, mint, more jalapenos. This right here was just kind of a test dummy kind of garden bed, but it seems to be doing okay. And then right here we have another test dummy garden bed. Technically, this whole area is a test dummy because I had, like I said in other videos, I've had different animals on here. I just wanted to test the soil to see what it would do. But as of next year, it's not really going to matter because this whole entire area is just going to change. But anyways, we have two pumpkins in here. This is my asparagus patch. You can see some of the little asparagus coming up. This will be the first time for asparagus, so it's going to take a couple years for it to establish. And then my one lone tomato plant over here. She seems fine. I did plant some flowers in here. These are those Dollar Tree flowers that I planted that I forgot to label or didn't label. That's them. They're growing. So I planted them in here to give them more depth and see what they will, turn into. Hopefully they're marigolds because I think I planted marigolds, but I'm not really sure, guys. Over here we have, I believe these are, is that more pumpkin? Yeah, more pumpkin. I think a couple of these are squash. These are clary cabbage. They're not doing anything. I think the worms are just going to eat them. But that's what's growing in that one. And then out here, along here we have cantaloupe. So right here, this is cantaloupe. And I had to run over my sunflowers to get back here with the tractor the other day. That's more cantaloupe down here. Sunflower, sunflower, sunflower. I need to pull out some of these sunflowers. Let me tell you something. This year I have an abundance of sunflowers. I've already pulled up probably 200 sunflowers just out of my other garden. And it's a little ridiculous, guys. I love sunflowers, but don't get me wrong, they can be invasive. Down here, I believe it's more cantaloupe. So down here we have more cantaloupe right here. Already getting some blooms going. So hopefully the bees are taking care of that for me. My watermelon. Here we have watermelon in this row, all down through there. And I already picked squashes today. I was already able to pick squashes. They were a perfect size to pick. So we will probably make like some squash spaghetti or, something like that with them. But they have tons of little babies on them. Hopefully y'all can see that. Tons of little babies. Tons of babies. So in a couple of days, I'll come back out and I'm pretty sure I will do another harvest of squash. Maybe it's the year of the squash. I don't know. Right here, I do have my zucchinis growing. Now, let me tell you something. I have already seen a squash bug. And this right here, these little spots right here are from roly-polies. So, I don't use pesticides, but what I do use is diatomaceous earth. It's an all-natural powder that you can use. But I have to watch how much I put down and where I put it. Because I have bees, and it does kill insects that have a skeletal system. So I have to be careful where I put it around my bees. Right here, let me tell you something. This is corn. So I'm trying to do the three sister method. I don't have very many squashes out here to actually do that method, but I do have a few. I did plant some. I planted some a few weeks ago. Okay, so these are probably about 2-3 weeks old. If that, maybe 2 weeks. So I planted these big ones. And they were tiny whenever I planted them. And yes, I know I need to get out all this. But like I said, this is just a test run, guys. I went back in. Since these are bigger, I went back in. And just for safe measures, I planted some seeds. So these little ones are from seeds. I watched somebody else from Sage and Stone Homestead. She said that she does that with her corn. So I wanted to take that method and use it for myself. But see, I have different down here. And in between these, down in there somewhere, I have green beans. I planted green beans by the big ones because what's going to happen is that those green beans are going to use these bigger corn stalks as a trellis and grow up. And they all provide one another with some kind of nutrients. And I'm pretty sure it's nitrogen. So, I don't know. We'll see if it actually happens. My chickens have been out kind of pecking around, so I don't know if my green beans will come up right there. If it doesn't work, that's fine. It's not a big deal. I have green beans planted over here. I'll show you that in just a minute. But I absolutely love my corn because every time I do corn, it doesn't tend to grow out here for some reason. I'm not really sure. But let's go right here. So I have okra going, and I planted some more. See that one, the rain. We've got so much rain, and it's just making things fall over. I'm going to bring out some more mulch out here. I really don't want to because that's a lot of moving mulch around whenever I go next year. But this whole row right here is corn. Hopefully, it's okra. Hopefully I'll get a good amount of okra. But I just love the way that my squashes look. Aren't they beautiful? I love it. Just love it, love it, love it. Need to take some pictures so I can put it on the community. Y'all don't forget to check out the community on the YouTube. You can go down under the community, and I have a lot of different things happening on there. Well, I'm trying to get a picture of this real. But see how? I'm sorry, I don't know why there's a fire truck or something happening. Typically, they don't come up this far. We usually don't have very much going on. Now over here, okay, so don't laugh. So this is my homemade, I guess you want to say trellis for my green beans. I homemade that. I just wanted to see what would happen. But technically they're not using it just yet. I don't think they're big enough. But these out here, they are, I think they're called Kentucky Wonders or something like that, I think. And then I have like some yellow, and then I did plant peas out here. I just wanted to test it and see what it would do. But I want to tell you something, guys. Look, I'm already getting, see if I can get y'all down here without falling flat on my face. Come on, where are you? Whoop, right there. Green beans. There are already green beans on there. I'm really excited. See, there's some right there. Beautiful. Oh, sorry. Beautiful little green beans. So hopefully, we will get a good harvest of green beans from here. And maybe some peas too. Who knows? But I am going to buy a, shade cloth, and I will shade it. So that way, because this right here used to be my, it still kind of is. I don't use it, but it's my, oh, that's too far in. Go back out. So I can always put a shade cloth on here to see, if it can give it some shade and whatnot. But let's go back to number 1. Let's do number 1. And I got my bees straight over there. So, Rico, get over here. So my bees are right there, and my garden is like 5 feet from it. So hopefully they will, keep pollinating and doing what they're supposed to, everyone. So I built this thing, but it keeps falling, so I need to zip tie it. So yesterday, when I tell y'all can make a great raised bed garden out of anything, this right here is a storage container, and so is that one. But let's get into the contents of it. So, on the bottom, yesterday I cleaned out the chicken house. I cleaned it out. I put cardboard on the bottom. I put that chicken poo next, and then I put it with mulch. There is a little bit of scrap dirt in there, but that's literally just mulch and chicken poo. So I planted my cucumbers down in it, and a couple of those flowers. We will see. Excuse me. We went to Boo Rays and ate. We had lunch together, all the family. We will see if that grows. I really hope that grows because I got this trellis thingy that I homemade. Now, mind you, next year I will be using cattle panels. I need to come out and zip tie that together. The wind out here gets massively bad. And then there's this one. Once again, it's in a storage container. These cucumbers are doing amazing in here. I wish I had a taller, one of the taller cattle panels to go in here. Maybe I can send my son to go see if one. We don't have a trailer to pull stuff around in and get stuff from, but maybe my son can go down. Maybe we can bend it in the back of his truck. But I got loofah down in here too. And my loofah is coming up. And I did sprinkle some radishes in there. I just wanted to see if the radishes would grow in this dirt. And they're coming up. I got radishes right there. That's a radish. The other one's a radish. And then there's my loofah. I've never grown loofah before. So if anybody has any tips about growing loofah, please let me know. Because I've never grown loofah before. See, loofah seeds over there. So that's kind of what we got going on this side. This is only one half of my garden. Now these right here, this plant and this plant over here, and this one, they are volunteers. I do not know what they are. So who knows? And there's Miss Mocha, and their area is just awful. It's how much it's rained. It's really awful. I haven't been able to come out here and clean. I haven't been able to come out here and do anything in their area, or even start on their goat shed. What's wrong, Harry? Big old Harry. What are you doing, Mama? You tired of the rain too, Mama? I know. Yeah, we tired of all this rain. They got dewormed the other day. We used some deworm. I gotta build their houses. I gotta build everything. Hopefully the rain will stop for a while, and that way I need to get their other shelter built and stuff like that. Right here, guys, we have potatoes. I've had these potatoes here for, since I think I planted them in January or something. But I checked the other day, and they're tiny, tiny taters on here. Let's see if I can find that potato. Y'all can see it. There he is. See? We got potatoes. Natural potato. Tiny potatoes. But they're not ready yet. They start flowering. I come out here and I pinch the flower off. I don't want it to put more energy into making the flower than it does the potato itself. This ain't a very big patch of potatoes. Don't get me wrong. I didn't think that anything would grow in that, and it has. Right here I have 2 plants of eggplant. Don't mind them. They are horrifying. I don't think they like this much rain, and I probably need to pot them in something else. But when you come over here, oh look, there's Miss Boss again. She's mad at me. Let's go right here right quick, guys. I want to show y'all my starters. You want to know something? I don't have a greenhouse. That's another thing that we're going to be working on, hopefully here pretty soon. I'm going to get me a greenhouse. But these, I literally started these by seed. And what I did is I left them outside. No heat, no nothing. They've been through the cold. They've been through part of, like, I think a couple of days we had 80, 90 degree weather. So they've been through that. And then down here I got some peas going. These are peas. Down the bottom, that's cucumbers. I'm giving this to my neighbor. And I'm going to give her some of these little tomatoes to my neighbor. And some of these right here are jalapeno plants. I need to separate them all. Like I say, it's been raining so much. Can't do anything. Can't come outside when it's raining. And this is a potato. This is a tomato that I stuck in here. I had one long tomato and I didn't know what to do with her. So I thought, you know what? Let me stick her in this pot. Guess what? She's getting a bloom on her. I need to come pick off all the suckers so she can keep producing. Or start producing, I guess you'd say. So I come out and I pick off the suckers. The suckers are the ones that grow in between these. And you want to pluck them off, typically, because all they're doing is just kind of, they call them suckers for a reason. They're sucking out energy that is not needed for them. See, like this one right here. Okay, right here. He's a sucker. He's growing out of the V right here. So what I do is I come in, pinch it off. Now, they say that you can take these suckers and just stick them in water, and they'll grow a new plant. I don't know. I've never done it. If anybody's done it before, leave me a comment below. I'd like to know if it actually works. See, this one right here is probably a sucker. This guy right here, he's probably a sucker that I let go too far. So he's already big. Now, I could have topped that off whenever they were smaller. That way you get a bigger, bushier plant, apparently. But I didn't. I just stuck her in there. I haven't done like a little tour. I need to do another tour of the animals. What we have, what we don't have. Our little Sarama chickens. Those are my husband's chickens. He loves them things. And there's the bees that were attacking me earlier. So, see if I can squeeze by without them being like, hey, that lady's back again. Let me squeeze in here. You're all fine, ladies. All right, here we are. So this right here is the jalapeno, the tomato, the tomatillo. We've got cucumbers back in the back. I've got some dill planted. And of course, sunflowers are out here. But you know, I did learn something. I was watching another video, another YouTube video. I'm going to turn y'all around so y'all can see me real quick. I was watching another YouTube video, and a lady said on there that if you have jalapenos, you need to leave a couple of sunflowers. I don't remember why she said the reason, I was just kind of skimming through, but supposedly it helps the jalapenos grow better or something. I'd have to look that up. I don't want to give out any misinformation or anything like that. But I have left some of the sunflowers for the tomatoes. I mean, for the peppers. I've moved them away from the tomatoes because the tomatoes clearly they need the sun to be able to, turn their color and all that stuff. So let me turn you back around so you don't look at my ugly mug, and I'm gonna show y'all. So we have tomato here, tomato here. We have lots of tomatoes, and we have a random dog growing in the garden too. Rico. He just walked by my tomato plants like he don't care. Okay, well, and I am, like I said, I'm going to get that DE, that diatomaceous earth, and I am going to put it out here also because I have ants. There's ants out here. So I got to get rid of the ants. I don't do ants. They hurt. They bite and they hurt. But let's look right here. We have this tomato. I don't know where the little tag went. Probably got washed away. So we have one little tomato here. And I do have a little tomato on the other side also. Oh, there's little cherry tomatoes right here. I need to get this up on a trellis so it can start growing up on a trellis. But that's my little cherry. And then these are my green beans. So what happened with my green beans is that all of this right here, let's see if I can go back. Whoop, that goes forward. I always go the wrong way. Right here, this whole fence was full of sunflowers. So I had to pull them out because my green beans, they look awful. But I am getting a little couple of green beans on them already. So I kind of folded them that way. Maybe they'll run up that it is a cattle panel, that one. Maybe they'll run up that cattle panel. That was the plan, intentionally. More tomatoes. I'm going to have to separate out these cucumbers. Some of them are kind of bunched in. Some of them are not. So I need to, and then there's like an empty space. I don't know why that happened. And then there's more cucumbers. My intentional design was for it to grow on this fence right here. We'll see as they get bigger, I can start guiding them that way. But I do need to kind of thin them out some. That way maybe they'll take off better. Over here we have lots of sunflowers, and more sunflowers. Tell you what, if I was going to get rich, it'd be with sunflowers. And then we have, Rico, what are you eating? Who knows? I got a couple of squash plants down in here. They're not very big at the moment. I do have a couple of squash plants out there. And I did plant my tomatillos. I'm going to have to get some kind of something for them to climb on because they're climbers and they will take over everything if you're not careful. So unfortunately, what I might do is I might move this whole situation that I have going on here. I might move it this way so that the tomatillos can grow up that. Yeah, but that's kind of our garden. What we have growing for the moment. This one, I've already tied this one up so many times. Oh, come on. No, ma'am. B. She's mad. Get out of my hair. Okay, you're going to see me going in circles for a second because she's really pissed off at me. Okay. Gotta go. Rico, if you get bit, I'm sorry. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know why she was so pissed off. I wasn't even bothering her. Meanie head. Okay, but anyways, so yeah, that tomato plant, and there's one over there at the very end. They're all, I believe they're all cherry tomatoes. So I had to stake them. I staked the two on the ends, but the one in the middle, I don't think it's a cherry plant. I'm gonna have to watch them cherry plants because they grow like crazy too around here. And then my asparagus way over there. It's another asparagus plant I have. I had to scoot it away from the fence because their goats were eating them. But that's my garden. The lovely garden. Yes, it is. If those sunflowers would not grow in there. That right here is where I've told you where I took out about 200 sunflowers. Harry, get down. There's nothing up there for you, buddy. Also, show y'all my sage. That's the sage that was flowering. I haven't done anything with it since. I did get me a dehydrator today, though, guys. So I'm really excited about that. And that's my mint plant. And it's kind of humid out here today. It does not feel good. I mean, it's warm and it's humid. I think, because it came out flood last night. It was awful. I'm going to go show y'all the rabbits again. And they're doing pretty good. I did have to put the one with the mites. I did have to kind of put him in over the Rainbow Bridge because he was just suffering. And the medicine I got and all that medicine, it wasn't that great. So, we have Meat Rabbit. Psychopath. She's a psychopath. She'll run and hit her head, run and hit her head, run around. Like, I don't know, she's scared of everything. And then you have Bunny down here, and you have male and female down here. I have rotated this male between all of them except for her because she's still a little young. So I have rotated him. He's fixing to go back up with the brown one. I want to be able to have babies sometime, maybe in the fall, or I know it only takes a month for them, so I wouldn't really want bunnies in the heat. But I can always put a big industrial fan out here for them, which I need to buy. So if anybody has a good link to one somewhere that's not too expensive, y'all let me know. Because I do need to get me an big industrial fan for them. Because under here, the wind doesn't really blow that much because it's a metal carport. But I will be getting them a fan. And then over here in this little thing is where we have our turkeys, which these are fixing to get moved out to the homemade greenhouse that I have. I need to unplug that light. Let me unplug this light real quick. Yep, there we go. Okay, so yes, I know their area is not the best right now. Haven't been able to get out here, but I got my goose, my 3 turkeys, and my Muscovy ducks. And him right there, he's the best daddy you've ever seen. He's a little Bantam Frizzle rooster. And at nighttime, whenever it's nighttime, they all huddle up underneath him. I'll have to see if I can get a picture of that. My husband goes, is that rooster out there? They're like a hen or something? And I was like, no, that's a rooster. He's like, well, all them babies are out there huddled up underneath him. Like, okay, well, he's a good daddy then. But yep, that was our tour for now. Now I do have other stuff in the front that I could show y'all. Might as well add it into the video, right? But you're gonna do a lot of walking, so I'm gonna turn you around. Sorry, I spin y'all around and around trying to make sure your equilibrium is still good. So I'm gonna go out here to the front because I have makeshift garden beds out here too. Now over here's the jungle. I could play King of the Jungle over here. In my case, it'd be Queen of the Jungle. But let's go over here because I do want to show y'all the little garden beds up front. Oh, I might show y'all my little flowers that we have too. So up here, this area is not doing that great with the watermelon and stuff like that. I don't know why, because it's the same exact material that's in the ones in the back. So I'm not sure. But right here, I'm gonna see if y'all can see that. I'm not gonna flip you around. But right there, that's a patch of potatoes. And they're just kind of sort of getting... Now, this is my strawberry plants right here. I was getting so many strawberries off of them. I haven't gotten any recently, so maybe it's kind of over because I know some strawberries do better in like early spring, later fall, whatever. But I haven't gotten anything off of them for about a couple of weeks. They are flowering out again, so that's a good thing. It means the bees are doing what they're supposed to. In here, I have different kinds of like patty squash. I think it's called patty squash. I think there's some regular squash. I know that there's some watermelon plants in here. This was just, like I say, it's an experiment to see what will grow and what won't grow. And this one and the one on the end down there doesn't grow squat. Right here, we got carrots, potatoes, onions. They all seem to be doing okay, except for there's some kind of fungus right there, and that's probably because of all the rain. What is that? Yeah, I'm gonna have to come out here with my little digger and get all that nastiness out of there. See, that onion right there is already going to flower. I wonder if I pinch it, I'm gonna pinch it, throw it back in there, maybe it'll do better. Who knows? I don't know. All this is going to be gone because guess what? Right here in this area, if I can figure out which is best for the sun, which area is best for the sun, let me go out. There we go. I did it right that time, y'all. Right here, I want to put my greenhouse. So I'm going to buy a greenhouse and it's going to sit right here because I have a lot of plans. Hopefully, we pray that it works out for next year. Yeah, so in the back, like I say, in the back, it's going to become nothing but raised garden beds. Up here, all this will be gone, and my greenhouse is going to sit right here. And that way I can be able to grow my own seeds without having to buy from a farmer's market and all that stuff. I can just grow my own seedlings and plant straight out into my raised bed gardens. And hopefully I can, grow some extras. That way I'll be able to put some stuff out on my farm stand, which we'll walk out there. I want to show you on my farm stand. And be able to put, some squash and maybe some stuff out there of what I'm not using for my family. It's mainly for my family. But if I can, sell a little bit extra, hey, why not? Let's look at my, this is my blackberry bush. Very, very tiny right now, but she got little blackberries coming. Not very many. I am going to buy a couple of more of those because that's a thornless one. I am going to buy a couple of more of those, and I'm pretty sure I'm just going to make that whole area because that tree's going to come out and this tree's going to come out because they're both dead. And I'm going to make that my whole blackberry patch. This is sage. It comes with a red flower. And then I have pineapple sage. Which one is it? That one. I told my husband that they're not going to do too well in these tiny little pots. They got to be able to grow bigger. But this one, pretty sure that's my pineapple sage. Is it? Yes, pineapple sage also. That one's doing great in that pot. And I got a couple of pots of thyme. And I got some rosemary right here. Some more mint. We like the mint smell. And don't excuse my porch because I gotta clean it off. That's my new porch that we got. Needed it. The other one fell down. This right here is my elderberry bush. I don't think she likes all the rain. So, if anybody has any tips about an elderberry bush, y'all let me know. I mean, she looked pitiful before, but right now she's kind of droopy. She looks like she has a little bit of fungus on it. So I need to look up what can I put on there for to kind of help her because she seems like she's blah. I don't know. Let's go out here. So out here we have it's not an orchard. It's gonna be an orchard eventually, but I used to have right here. I used to have a great big peach tree. Guess what? Don't let your goats rub on your peach tree because it'll kill it. That one's dead, gone. Now it's got a blueberry bush right there. Blueberry bush. And then over here, I got another small blueberry bush. I'll take y'all over there in a minute. Right here, we do have a peach tree. And she got little peaches on it. This one is about, I think, 2 years old. And this is her first year giving me any kind of fruit whatsoever. So hopefully the birds don't get it. And I've seen a squirrel. And that squirrel better stay in my neighbor's yard. She's the one who feeds them. This right here is a plum tree. And she's about, I think she's 2 years old, I think, also, because I think we bought them at the same time. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. But she hasn't given me anything. And she hasn't even flowered this year. So I don't know if I need to have another one to cross-pollinate, which I'm pretty sure that's the case. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, had to cross-pollinate. I'm pretty sure we had to cross-pollinate. I don't know why I said that twice. Rico, you're in the wrong yard! That dog right here is my blueberry bush. And she already got blueberries on it. Already has blueberries on it. Rico! Get over here! Come on! He goes to the neighbor's yard and barks at the neighbors. In their yard. Like, how dumb is that? Right here I got my honeysuckle. She was blooming, but I moved her. Maybe that's her problem. I'm not sure. Right there is my little farm stand. Let's walk around there. A lot of walking. So lots of walking happening here. And this is my tiny little farm stand. Very tiny. Doesn't need to be too big. Got my egg sign on this side. I got my little box in the front here. And got another sign. Rico, stay over here. You don't need to go to people's yards and whatnot. So, I make coasters, I make homemade jelly and soap. And down here on this one, which these are supposed to be up front, these are 4 dozen eggs so far. Unwashed. I don't wash them because if I wash them, then I'm going to have to put them in the refrigerator, and I'm not bringing a refrigerator out here and all that. But I do have people stop by every now and then. I did have a guy come recently, and he's been buying every egg I can get a hold of. So hopefully, I'm sure he'll be by either tomorrow or maybe this afternoon he'll buy those 4. I'm pretty sure it'll be tomorrow. But that's my egg stand. Really proud of it. I painted it. Yes, it's missing some glass, but it's not even glass, it's plastic. But that's okay. It gives ventilation in there. I like the ventilation to go in and out. Because in the summer out here, it gets pretty hot. So I'm going to swing y'all back around here. But, yep, that's my video, guys. Hope y'all stuck around to at least, see what we're doing on the farm or the homestead, and see what adventures we're going to be having. Because like I always say, on this farm and this homestead, we always have adventures. See y'all later. Bye.